What is it about rim to rim at Grand Canyon that keeps drawing me back? Is it the challenge of hiking 24 miles in a single day, descending 5,800 feet below the surface into the ancient abyss of an upside-down world? Or is it the adventure of hiking the beautiful, surreal trails so unique that it seems like a fairy tale? Maybe it's the feeling I get motivating others and then sharing the goal of conquering rim to rim at Grand Canyon. Since successfully hiking my first rim to rim last year with family and friends on my 60th birthday, I've often wondered, will I do it again? It only took a few months after that crossing to decide, and it was an easy choice to make. So, on June 3rd, 2022, our diverse group of 10 adventurous hikers ranging in age from 40 to 63 years old started at the North Rim, descending 14 miles down the North Kaibab Trail. The trail winds down by Roaring Springs and Manzanita Rest Area, then starts to level out after Cottonwood Campground. Another mile and a half down is the side trail to Ribbon Falls, which will add about 2 miles to your hike. From here, you make your way through the Inner Gorge, also known as the Box. You'll want to hike this portion early in the day if you're hiking in the hot months. At 14 miles is Phantom Ranch, and then the trail crosses over the Colorado River and up the Bright Angel Trail, passing through the oasis of Indian Garden. This trek ascends a total of over 4,400 feet from the river and nearly 8 miles up to the South Rim. Living apart in 4 different states, we all trained independently, but we kept connected and shared information about proper training, hydration, and fueling. Heat was also going to be a factor in early June, and this was discussed extensively and plans were made. After months of preparation, including a Grand Canyon 16-mile training hike, we all came together at the North Rim a day early to acclimate to the higher elevation and to get a good night's rest. That gave us a full day off before our rim-to-rim crossing to enjoy the North Rim Lodge, take a short hike, relax, and to make sure we had everything we needed. It also gave me time to sit down with my good friend and former ultramarathoner Ed Hudson to talk about the rim-to-rim hike.
Well, you know, starting out from this, especially after laying off from really hardcore endurance, kinds of events, I had to really get back at it. And I have, obviously an understanding. I've been a prior running coach, and I understand about physiology and adaptation and fueling and all that. But this is a different kind of thing that you take on here. There's a lot of steps. I think a lot of people don't recognize that out front, is that it's a lot of step ups and a lot of elevation change. So one of the things that I did to get ready for this is I came out and actually hiked some of the trails. So, and you learn a little bit along the way. You learn about what your body needs to do that. You learn where your training has worked, where maybe you need to step up your efforts. And then that culminated with coming back and doing rim to rim, north to south. It's North Kaibab Trail, down and across the river and up Bright Angel. And the conditions meteorologically were different. You start out early in the morning, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and it's dark and it's cool, which is great hiking weather. But then the sun comes up, and when we did it last year, it was 100 degrees at Phantom Ranch at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you have to be prepared to deal with that.
On Rim to Rim morning, we got up early and drove the 2 miles to the trailhead for an early start. Our plan was to separate into a few smaller groups based on our paces. Here we are at the North Kaibab Trailhead. It's about 5 minutes to 4 in the morning. We'll be on the trail at 4 sharp. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Fantastic.
Woo!
Yeah?
Ready.
Nervous.
Let's do this.
Morning is starting to break. I'm about 2 miles down the trail. It's been almost an hour, and we've got great cloud cover. I'm kind of a solo hiker. It's all good. Loving this. It's beautiful. We just had some beautiful, beautiful orange morning clouds. Still a beautiful breeze and hardly anybody on the trail. Going down the North Kaibab Trail is one of my favorite trails in the world. I just love walking along the path with the cliff edge on one side and the sheer rock walls on the other. I could walk this trail every day and never get tired of it. I basically had the track to myself, seeing very few other hikers out this early. It's time for my first trail snack, I guess. It's Linda's homemade chia quinoa flax energy bars with honey and almond butter. Oh, they're the best. Hey, Linda, can you sponsor me for promoting your bars? I met up with a couple of young trail runners, and since I was feeling so good, I jogged along with them for a while as we approached the Manzanita rest area. Just passed up Manzanita rest stop, and they have bathrooms and water there, and I think it's about 5.5, 6 miles down from the start of the trailhead. It's crazy. Here I am walking across the Grand Canyon, and there's nobody in sight. It's almost like the book, The Man Who Walked Through Time. But whatever it is spiritual. It's amazing. Hiking solo at almost 7 miles down, I filled up with a couple of liters of water at Cottonwood Campground. I was making good time and started to ponder going to Ribbon Falls. I was prepared well for this rim to rim and was feeling that the extra couple of miles would be worth the effort of going to the falls. Just departing Cottonwood Campground. It's about 7 miles down. And it's about 6:30, so 2.5 hours in. I feel pretty good. I drank almost 2 liters of water on the way down. Peed 3 times, so that's good. I should be coming up on the detour to Ribbon Falls in about a mile and a half, I think. So hopefully I'll see that and I'll either decide to go or not go. So right now I'm leaning towards going. We'll see. It's about 7 a.m. and I'm off trail now. I'm looking for the social trail that goes to Ribbon Falls. And I see we got some markers here, but I don't know if I'm going the wrong way or the right way. So I'm gonna give this a few more minutes and see how it's going. I looked at my map and it said it was in this direction. But I could be going away from it back to the main trail, or I could be going to it. I don't know. Oh baby, look at that. Well, that was incredible. I just spent about a half an hour here at Ribbon Falls, and it is just gorgeous. Wow. Whew.
couple minutes after 8 a.m. and I'm back on the trail. Ribbon Falls was way worth the effort. I had to find a crossing that wasn't too, I didn't want to fall in, but I made it like a champ. And I think it's next stop, Phantom Ranch. I don't know. I'm gonna have a banana.
My goal was to get through the box quickly while still shady, because once the sun hits the canyon walls, it starts to bake like an oven in this gorge.
I got about 3 to 4 miles, maybe closer to 3 to Phantom Ranch. And at that point, I'll be 14 miles in. So I got to decide whether to eat my peanut butter and honey and banana sandwich now or wait for an hour. I don't really want to stop and get it out and take the time to eat, but I probably should, so I'll let you know.
Nearing Phantom Ranch, I was happy to see Ed and Jackie on the trail. With the rim to rim under his belt, I asked Ed about the lessons he's learned about training, hydration, and fueling for this 24-mile bucket list trek.
You learn some lessons along the way, the more time on your feet and the more things you come into. And last year, one of the things I really learned is I was getting ready to climb out. I was in a little bit of a deficit from dehydration. I wasn't really dehydrated, but I just wasn't as optimally ready to go. And so one of the things that I learned, we just did a rim to river to rim a few weeks ago, was that I really make sure that I stay hydrated on the way down and then push the hydration before I start having to climb out, before we get to the heat of the day. I've refined where I need to eat and how I need to fuel and what I need to eat, which can be different for everybody. So now I feel like I've got it really dialed in, and I'm really looking forward to a really successful hike tomorrow. It's warmed up a little bit, the clouds burned off, but it's been good hiking. I'm looking forward to maybe some lemonade. And but things are going good. I got a little bit of a hot spot on one toe, but I'll take care of that at Phantom. Feeling pretty hydrated. Nutrition's going okay.
Perfect. So, how's Jackie?
Jackie's a beast. She's doing great.
Jackie Hurst, everybody.
Oh, hi.
I'm under a mile to Phantom Ranch. I'm in the shade again, that's nice. It's about 9:30 in the morning. You know, Phantom Ranch is about 14 miles from the North Rim, and I probably added at least 2 miles to my total. So when I get to Phantom Ranch, I'll be somewhere between 16 and 17 miles. Just cruising through Phantom Ranch, passing by the campground here. Thermometer is gone, so I don't know how hot it is, but I'm guessing it's got to be 95. I see the creek down there. Thinking about getting in it, but I want the right spot. That was fun. All the times I've been down here, I've never done that. That was so refreshing. Walking along the Colorado River here after Phantom Ranch. We crossed the steel bridge, Jackie and I. Right now it's 10:30. I made it to Phantom Ranch just before 10. Soaked my whole body. That was fun. And then I filled up with water. I drank another 2 liters from the last stop. So I'm 4 liters in. Next time I'll fill up will be Indian Garden, and that's now about 4 miles from here maybe. Just had a snack, some olives, and we're moving along. Feel good.
Ed was an ultramarathoner and running coach years ago, but now in his 60s, that experience will help him manage his rim-to-rim hike. If you are considering hiking rim-to-rim, you must know your limitations before undertaking this incredible hike.
I was running 100 miles a week and I'm doing 50-mile races, and I was in a different place physiologically and chronologically. I laid off of that for a while, and I was just, keeping in shape and doing, hiking and stationary cycling, things like that. And, people ask it, gosh, Grand Canyon, rim to rim, I just don't think I can do that. And, it certainly is a arduous physical endeavor, which I think everybody should find. Argue your limitations has been my sort of mantra for a long time. You can't just decide next weekend, I'm going to go do rim to rim of the Grand Canyon. But you can, with a little bit of planning and forethought and a little bit of research, and make sure you're in good physical condition, train and be ready and understand what your pace and your nutrition has to be. I can come out here in my 60s and have a very successful, challenging, but rewarding day coming out.
Starting my trek up towards the corkscrew. No shade. That's the way it's going to be probably all day.
Thank you.
Have a good ride. Thank you. I made it through the corkscrew. I still have quite a bit of elevation to gain, but I'm probably a mile to a mile and a half outside of Indian Garden, now Havasupai Garden. I think I got enough water and I got time, so those are the 2 things you need, and shade, which I just found a little piece. Here we go. Leaving Indian Gardens is about 3:30, and I'm gonna get up that wall. Super hot, and had some stomach issues, so I had to chill out at Indian Gardens for about half hour, 45 minutes, lay back, cool off, and before I could get something to eat. Super hot today, and just gonna take it easy for the rest of the trip. Just left 3 Mile House, 1.5 mile to 1.5 mile house, then 1.5 mile to the top. We're almost there.
Gosh, I get asked that, what is it about the Grand Canyon that brings you back? And I go back to, I've traveled all over the world, I've been to a lot of places, and I was still unprepared for the beauty. The Grand Canyon is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and the first time I saw it, it just blew me away. And they say that less than 1% of visitors actually hike below the rim, and there's just so much wonder, and it's a really incredible experience. It's almost spiritual, depending on what your particular belief system is. It really doesn't matter. It's just such an incredible natural wonder of the world to be down in it. It's different every time. Even if you're hiking the same trails, it's a different time of day, it's a different time of year, the temperature's different, you might be in a different place in your life, and so I get something different every time I come here. It's just beautiful. Maybe a mile to go.
up this wall. You know, I think I coined the phrase the wall, but I'm sure somebody else did. Anyway, hiking up the wall is tough. I'm finishing up Bright Angel now. It's been wonderful. As hard as it was today, it's really been a great experience. And to finish in the evening at about 6:30, the lighting is just so gorgeous. It's just so wonderful. Lucky to be here at the Grand Canyon.